professions class where you can learn as a teacher. You guys can actually take that your junior or senior year. So for my state competition, I can actually qualify to go to nationals in the summer. So it's a good class to take. So if you have any questions about it, you can ask. So, how many of you guys remember like learning about physics in 7th and 8th grade? Raise your hand. Did you guys like it or not like it? Alright, so we're kind of going to talk about that. So I need quad leaders to come and pick up a paper for each and every row that you have. Bell work, which is the first section on your paper. I'm going to give you about a minute to answer these 3 questions. Just take your best guess. All right, ready, go. You have 30 seconds. All right, everyone's about finished. All right, now I'm going to give you 20 seconds to discuss in your group the answers because I'm going to call on random quads. So go ahead and start.
No, I wanted to go. I was going to tell my boyfriend about that.
I guess.
It's not John McCain because I don't even know who John McCain is.
All right.
No, that was Adam.
I'm going to start calling out quads.
He's Adam.
All right. Quad number 5. Tell me the answer to number 1. Anyone?
Isaac Newton.
Correct. Nice job. All right. Quad number 8. Tell me the answer to number 2. 3. Yes. Nice answer. And then quad 3. Tell me the answer to number 3.
An object that in motion will stay in motion is acted on by an outside force.
Yes, that's part of it. Nice try. You want to call on someone else to help you out?
An object in motion will an object that rests below the universe is acted on by an outside force.
Yes, that is correct. All right. So here are the answers. If you don't have them right, please correct them on your paper. All right. So we're going to move on now. So this is just some background information about Newton. You don't have to write any of this down. So his full name was Sir Isaac Newton. He was born on January 4th, 1643 in England, and he died on March 31st, 1727 in London. He was a philosopher, astronomer, physicist, scientist, and mathematician. He was the most influential scientist of the 17th century. So he mainly worked with physics, and he came up with the laws of motion. They're revolutionary, and they became the basis of physics. And they actually have been verified by multiple experiments, and they still are used today. All right, so the next section is definitions. So I'd like you to get out a highlighter and just highlight the terms. There are 2 extra terms on your paper that are not on the PowerPoint, so don't freak out. Okay, so I'm just going to read the couple definitions that go with the first law because that's what I'm going to be teaching you. So motion is a change in position of an object over time. Inertia is the resistance of any physical object to any change in its velocity. So speed is also how fast an object is moving. Velocity is the speed of something in a given direction. Many people get speed and velocity like mixed up.
Okay.
But speed is how fast something's moving. Velocity is how fast it's moving, but in that direction. Alright, so you're just going to fill in the blank for the next section. So Newton's first law is also known as the law of inertia, and that's one of the definitions you have on your paper. So as on the bell work, I asked you what the first law was. It's an object in motion it will remain in motion. An object at rest will remain at rest until acted on by an unbalanced force. So I'm actually going to show you an animation of how this is like put into play. We'll go this first. Alright, so this is an example. So a soccer ball just sitting on the field is an object at rest and it's remaining at rest until a player comes and kicks it, which is player kicking is the unbalanced force. So then after the player kicks it, the ball's in motion because it's flying through the air. And then once the ball hits the goal, that's the unbalanced force that stops its motion from being interrupted. So it means that there is a natural tendency of an object to keep on doing what they're doing. So basically, we have a skater here, and he's just skateboarding forward. So that's the motion in the picture. The unbalanced force is the rock. So when the skateboard hits it, it makes the skateboard stop because it was in motion until it hits the rock and then it stops. But as you notice, the person continues to fall because he's still in motion, but nothing stopped him from continuing. Can you go back to the PowerPoint? Alright, so can anyone tell me why we wear seatbelts when we're driving in a car? Yes, Jake.
To make sure when you get in a car accident, you don't fly out.
Yes. And actually inertia has to do with that. So because of inertia, you feel a jerk when the brakes are applied when you're in a car. So did you guys know that when you're in a car and you're driving at 80 miles per hour on the freeway, you guys are actually going 80 miles per hour in the car as well? And that's why we have to wear seatbelts, is because, let's say your parents and you are driving down the freeway about 80 miles per hour and you hit a wall, so everything in the car is going to go forward. So that's why you wear seatbelts, is to resist you from going forward, either going through the windshield or if you're in the back seat, going forward into the seat. So seatbelts help us to be safe when we get in an accident, or like I said, it does help us fly through the windshield. So make sure you guys are wearing your seatbelts when you're in the car. That's the most important thing. Alright, so in the next part of your notes, there is a one-sentence summary that you're going to write. We're going to watch a video. How many football fans do I have here? About one. Well, this video is actually how Newton's first law relates to football. So while you're watching it, you're going to write a one-sentence summary about what you learned. Alright, so I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to write your one-sentence summary. Alright, so I'm going to ask, does anyone want to share their summary? Aiden.
When an offensive player is in motion,